Welcome to Speak English Now podcast with your host, Georgiana, the podcast that will help you to speak English fluently with no grammar and no textbooks.
Hi everyone, I'm Georgiana, founder of SpeakEnglishPodcast.com. My mission is to help you to speak English fluently and confidently. Today, I'll help you to learn new food vocabulary, and I'll give you some tips on how to eat healthier when you're eating out. Later, you'll practice your speaking with a funny mini story with questions and answers. As you can see, you can learn English in a fun and effective way only by listening. Please help me to spread the word by sharing it with your friends and family or by writing a review on iTunes. That means a lot to me. Thanks. Great! Let's get started. Before you continue listening, make sure you get the transcript. Visit my website, speakenglishpod.com, and look for the episode number 36. Eating out can be a pleasure. Someone else cooks for you and brings the hot food to your table while you have fun with your friends or family. On average, Americans eat out about 5 times a week. Sadly, when we eat out, we tend to exaggerate. Curiously, some people are self-conscious about what they eat when they're at home, but when they go out, they forget about the consequences. The other day, I listened to a funny joke. A woman was ordering a slice of cake, and when she was asked if she wanted to take away or eat at the coffee shop, she said she would prefer eating at the coffee shop because at home, she was on a diet. If we don't order food wisely, we'll have to face the sad consequences. You'll probably need to buy new clothes again. And who wants to spend money on new clothes? I certainly don't want that. So, before you order, examine the menu and pay close attention to foods which are high in fat, sugar, and calories. You want to avoid foods that are creamy, crisp, fried, or breaded. Instead of choosing this type of dishes, you may want to opt for grilled or steamed foods. This is usually a healthier cooking method. Also, instead of ordering French fries, replace them with steamed or grilled veggies. I usually prefer grilled vegetables because they're tastier than steamed vegetables. When you're at home, try cooking some zucchini or kale chips or even pepper sticks. These are absolutely delicious. If you want to make them even yummier, you could use some seasoning, like pepper, garlic powder, or cayenne. Another way to avoid overeating is to order a salad or soup, and always order your salad dressing separately. You'll see how you will consume fewer calories during the entire meal. And what if you're in the mood for a pizza, but you don't feel like cooking it yourself? Then you could considerably lower the amount of fat by asking the chef to light the cheese. Every day, 40 million people across the US eat pizza. Depends on how you eat it, you could ingest a significant number of calories and unnecessary fat. Let's not forget about the drinks you order. Avoid drinking an alcoholic beverage or sweetened tea. It's much easier to drink water with meals. Every time I eat at a restaurant, I prefer drinking sparkling water instead of still water. I hope these tips will aid you to eat healthier when you eat out and that you've learned some new food-related vocabulary. Let's continue with the story with questions and answers. Let's see how it works. I'll give you some information, a phrase or two. I'll ask simple questions. After each question, there will be some seconds of silence. It's your turn to answer the question. Try to give an easy and short answer, not a complex one. After you answer, I'll give you a correct answer. This process will continue, and little by little, I'll be telling a story using questions and answers. Let's get started. Tom's an overweight middle-aged man who wants to lose weight. Is Tom young or is he old? Tom isn't young, but he isn't old either. Is he fit or overweight? No, Tom isn't fit. He's overweight. Does he want to gain or to lose weight? Not to gain weight. He wants to lose weight. What does he want to lose? His dignity? No, not his dignity. He wants to lose weight. Does he want to eat a slice of cheesecake? He probably wants to eat a slice of cheesecake, but he shouldn't if he's serious about losing weight. His dietitian tells him that he has to eat a variety of foods, but in moderation. Does his dietitian prohibit him from eating greens like spinach or kale? No. His dietitian doesn't prohibit him from eating greens. He tells him to eat a variety of foods. He can eat spinach and kale too. Can Tom eat any sweets? Yes, Tom's dietitian says that he can eat a variety of foods, so he can also eat sweets. Can he order French fries when he eats out? Yes, he can. He can order French fries when he eats out, but in moderation. Does the dietitian say to Tom that he should only eat big pieces of homemade pizza? No. The dietitian doesn't say to Tom to eat big pieces of homemade pizza. He tells him to eat foods in moderation. When he eats at a restaurant, Tom tries to follow the doctor's advice. When does Tom try to follow the doctor's advice? When he eats at a restaurant? Yes, Tom tries to follow the doctor's advice when he eats at a restaurant. Does Tom order plenty of high-fat dishes when he eats out? No. Tom doesn't order plenty of high-fat dishes when he eats out. Does he want to eat healthy or unhealthy when he goes to a restaurant? Not unhealthy. Tom wants to eat healthy when he goes to a restaurant. Whose advice does Tom want to listen? His friend's advice? No. Not his friend's advice. He follows his doctor's advice. He usually orders all the dishes on the menu, but eats only half of each plate. Does he usually order all the dishes on the menu, or only half the dishes? Tom usually orders all the dishes on the menu, not only half the dishes. Does he usually order the dishes on the menu or only occasionally? Not occasionally. He usually orders all the dishes on the menu. He only eats half of each dish, right? Right. He orders all the dishes on the menu, but only eats half of each plate. After some time, Tom becomes heavier than ever, and he doesn't understand why. When does he become heavier than ever? After some time. Tom becomes heavier than ever after some time. Who becomes fatter? His cat? No, not his cat. It's Tom who becomes fatter than ever. Does he understand why he gets heavier than ever? No, Tom doesn't understand why he gets heavier than ever. After all, he did what his doctor recommended him. Awesome! It's the end of this short story. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Can you see how many questions you can answer? It's like talking to another person in English. Now imagine a whole story told this way. It's incredible how much you can learn using this method. Improve your speaking and grammar with my fluency course only by listening. Thousands of students have already obtained excellent results using my method. Now it's your turn to speak English fluently and confidently once and for all. Will you join me? Go to fluency.speakenglishpod.com. I'll be back with a new episode next week. Bye-bye!
Did you enjoy today's episode? Get the transcript now at speakenglishpodcast.com. speakenglishpodcast.com.